My name is Okoro Blessing in Kiruka, and I'm popularly known as Blessing CEO, your number one relationship therapist in Africa. You heard that, a relationship therapist. That is the reason why everything partaking relationship and marriage, I contribute. When it comes to relationship and marriage, I cannot mind my business because I'm a woman who sees a lot of things that happen behind closed doors. Exactly. So minding my business will be very, very difficult. The only time I can mind my business is when your matter do not come out publicly. What I put out is my opinion, because sometimes when I see a certain story in public, they are very relatable. They take me back to my story. They take me back to my past. And they remind me of how I survived the same pain. I'm not a clout chaser. I feel I'm famous already. I'm just lending my voice. Unfortunately, the bloggers will always post what they want you to see. But if you follow Okoro Blessing in Kiruka, you will see that I'm just a woman who wants to lend her voice. And I'm going to give it to you by force. Because even as a child, it is not everything that your child likes that you give to your child. If you cannot keep giving your child ice cream just because children love ice cream, sometimes you're going to hold them down and feed them bitter leaf with apple and egusi soup. Exactly. Sometimes true love is that person that forces you and give you that thing that you want. Example, when your child is sick, they don't want to go to the hospital. As a mother and as a father, you will hold your child down and watch the nurse and the injection. And watch the nurse and the doctor inject your child. It doesn't mean you don't love the child. Don't forget, your child will be screaming. Your child, when you go to the hospital, you'll be seeing children screaming. Now their mama hold them down. Now their papa hold them down. Doesn't mean they don't love them. So Okoro Blessing is that woman. Whether you like it or not, I will hold you down and tell you the truth. At the long run, you will come back and tell me, Blessing, see you. I will bless. You will come back and bless me. These things I'm doing is not for now. You might call me a cloud chaser now, but at the long run, you will come back and say, there was this woman on Instagram that was constantly saying this thing. I'm not doing this for now. I'm doing this for longevity. At the long run, people will begin to appreciate me. Exactly. When Jesus Christ was telling us to repent, we did not appreciate Jesus until he died. He had to die for us to see how much he loved us. Though I'm not going to die. I'm only trying to say a lot of you will begin to appreciate me when I stop talking. Let's quickly get into this matter. A letter to Tonto Dikeh. Tonto, I'm not a cloud chaser. I'm a bold woman like you. If I'm not bold, I will not call your name. Tonto, if I'm not bold, I will be gossiping with your name. Just the way all those your celebrity friends, your fellow acting people are gossiping with your name. I'm bold. A lot of people will say, why didn't you reach out to Tonto privately? I don't have a phone number. I don't know Tonto. Never met her before. The same way you are hearing about Tonto on the internet is the same way I'm hearing about her. I cannot be sending DM to somebody I don't know. So the easiest way I can reach out to Tonto is just by talking on social media. Unfortunately, when I talk, a lot of people are going to learn from Tonto's story, because Tonto Dikeh's story is relatable. Tonto Dikeh's story is my story. That's why I cannot mind my business. Whenever I see her on the internet, I remember where I'm coming from. I'm going to use myself as an example on this live video before we even start to talk about Tonto. I'm a woman who got married at the age of, who started dating at the age of 15. I got married at the age of 18, 19. I gave a man my youth. I gave him everything. Many of you have often heard me talk about my ex. In fact, I became famous the very first day I talked about my story about domestic violence. That was the day I went viral. I became famous when I came out and talked about my failed marriage. It wasn't the Onyeze drama. The Onyeze drama was the second film. So a lot of people were wondering, who is this woman that was bold enough to come out and tell us about her failed marriage? Because I said something a lot of you are hiding. I came out and told the world I was divorced. Nobody knew I was divorced. Everything you hear about Blessing and you know about Blessing is the story that I told them. I told my story publicly. That is the reason why you think you know me or you think you can drag me. Tonto, When I left my ex-husband, I was broken. I felt betrayed. I felt used. I was like, why? Why would this man leave me after everything I gave to him? I was damaged. I was a woman that wanted revenge. When I left my ex-husband, I started living my life for him. I wanted to prove to my ex-husband that I can be loved by another man. I started jumping into different relationships just to seek for validation so that they can love me. So that my ex will see that just because he left me does not mean another man can love me. I remember, I was looking for a man who was far higher than my ex. I wanted a man who had a strong stature in the society so that my ex would understand that I did not go for his level. I went for a higher level. That was the beginning of my doom. I started my relationship journey. I started looking for a rich man, a wealthy man that could beat my ex, a more handsome man, because my ex-husband was very handsome, very cute. If you see my first son, that's my ex. I was looking for a man to beat him physically, potentially, everything. And I kept falling into the wrong hands. I got a lot of politicians that said that they loved me. But each time I get into the relationship, they use me. They were taking advantage of my vulnerability. Because every time I get into the relationship, I tell them how my ex abused me. Guess what? They will repeat the same abuse. They never gave me anything good. They saw that I was a desperate woman who was seeking for validation in a man. So they treated me even worse than my ex treated me. I started regretting. At some point, I was now saying, why don't I go back to my ex? Because a lot of men even treated me worse than my ex. Yes, I went back to go and beg my ex-husband. That's the story many of you don't know. I went back to beg my ex. Because when I got out there, I saw that all these men, they are all the same. Oh. My ex was even better than most of them. I said, whoa. I rushed back to go and beg my ex. My ex said he cannot marry me again. He's not doing it again. I said, whoa, I don't die. I was damaged. I was seeking for validation. I needed somebody to love me, to prove a point. I needed people to understand that I'm not mad. I'm not stupid. Can someone just help me and love me? I rushed to different men and they kept damaging me. Guess what? I kept repeating the same thing I did with my ex. I was a damaged woman. So I met this guy that genuinely loved me in one of the relationships I was running, but I couldn't be loved. I kept comparing him to my ex. If he tried to correct me, I would say that is how my ex used to talk. I was bleeding on this guy who was loving me. I didn't even understand the meaning of love. So if you are giving me love, I don't even see it as love. At that point, I was seeing a man who gives me love as a weak man. Because I had met a lot of toxic men in my life, I now began to think that if you don't beat me, you are not a man. There was a time I was in a relationship with somebody for 3 months and he did not beat me. And I told him, you are not a man. I told him, touch me. You are a coward. If you cannot hit a woman, you're not a man. I told a man that did not beat me for 3 months. Because the toxicity, the damage have made me feel that the only way you can be a man is when you hit a woman. I pushed this guy to the wall. At some point, there was a day I took a knife and told the guy, I will kill you. The guy said, there is nothing you will do that will make me touch you. He said, I told him, you are a coward. You are a coward. He said, blessing, you need to heal. I saw every man who came into my life like a fight. It was a battle for me. I fought men, even those that loved me. The day the guy wanted to leave me, I begged, I cried. He said, blessing, I'm not leaving you because I don't love you. I'm leaving you because you need to heal. You are damaged. And if you don't heal, you are going to break everything that you love, including your children. There are some women that are damaged. And they damage their children because they've not healed. There are some men that are damaged. And they damage their children because they've not healed. You will see a man treating his child the way his ex is treating him. Some of us have damaged the things we love because we've not healed. This is not clouds. This is real. This is my story. And I'm not ashamed to talk about it. We have lost a lot of good things in our life because we refuse to heal. Even our children. You see yourself treating your child. My first son is the carbon copy of my ex-husband. If I did not heal, I probably would have killed my son by now because he's the replica of his father. For every time, I always tell myself, Tonto, your son is the replica of his father. So you must heal, you must forgive him if you want to love your son. I had to forgive my ex to be able to love my son. I couldn't love my son without forgiving him because he was his father. My first son walks like his father. My first son sits like his father. My first son, sometimes when my first son is looking at me, I'll say, Jesus, you are a carbon copy of your dad. I see my ex-husband every day in my house. I feed my ex-husband. My ex-husband is my son. He's his replicate. And let's talk about gene. He took some little gene of his father. I cannot change the fact that my son is from Edo State. No matter how much I want to hate Edo men. What about gene? What about those inborn traits that our children are going to take? Are you going to hate your kids? That's the reason why you have to heal. You have to forgive. It's not because they did not hurt you, but because you don't want to keep hurting other people. You don't want to be the monster that you hate. If you don't heal, you will be doing to other people what other people did to you. That is the birth of abuse. A lot of people abuse you because they have been abused. A lot of people are doing to you what they know. Some people are wicked to you because all they got was wickedness. They were not born wicked because they did not heal. So they will be replicating the things that they got. That's what is called being damaged. Most of us are damaged. If you don't heal, you will never get love. The problem is not the man. The problem is not the woman. The problem is the fact that you are damaged. You are broken into pieces. And if you do not gather your pieces, you can never find love. I kept on searching for a man to love me. I didn't find. I told you guys, there was a time I told myself, Blessing, maybe because you are going for high class men, why not go for the lower class? Maybe because you are looking for a man that is rich. Okay, Blessing, look for a man that is struggling. Look for a man that is just trying to survive. Build with him. I met a guy. He was doing his PhD outside the country. I told him to come to Nigeria. I was going to help him. I was helping him to look for a job. I called all my contacts when I was working with the police and begged them to give him a job. I finally secured a job for him, but he said the job was going to take about 3 months. So I asked him to come down from the US and come and start getting used to Nigeria before the job finally clicked. When this guy came down from the US, he lived in my house. I gave him my car. I fed him. I made sure that he was comfortable because I felt I was the one who brought him from the US to Nigeria. This guy will be driving my car around Abuja. I'll be entering taxi to work. Even after work, sometimes when I call him and tell him, baby, come and pick me, he'll tell me that he's busy. He's hanging out with his friends with my car. I will jump taxi. I will go home. I will cook for him. I wanted to make him comfortable. I wanted to be sure that I wasn't doing something wrong. Guess what? It was still the same thing. Each time this guy tried to scream at me, I would remember my ex. There was a day we were having an argument and this guy raised his hand and wanted to slap me. Before he wanted to slap me, I gave him 2 slaps. And I told him, you will never hit me the way my ex hits me again. No man would dare. When I gave him the 2 slaps, he said, I'm going to deal with you. He locked up the door and started beating me. I ran into the kitchen, I took a bottle and I told him, I'm going to kill you. I told myself that my ex will be the first and last man to ever touch me in this life. It was when we were fighting, my landlady, because then I was staying in a BQ. There was a boys' quarter in the main house. I was staying, so my landlady heard our fight and came and was hitting the door. That was the reason why I did not kill that guy that day. After then, we broke up. It was after that relationship, I told myself, Blessing, it's time to heal. My ex has moved on with his life. My ex had remarried, Seth. Just the way Tonto Dikeh's ex-husband remarried. My ex remarried after 6 months. But guess what? My ex did not change. My ex is still married to his wife for almost 5 years now. And I'm not married. Some people will start saying, Blessing, should be your ex marry another woman and she stay. And you never marry now. Why you not stay? When, after getting custody of my son, after 5 years, when I got custody of my son, the first thing my son told me was, Mommy, I said, yes, do you know that my daddy used to beat my other mommy? I said, eh? He said, yes. There was a day my other mommy was backing my other brother in the back, and my daddy was beating her in the kitchen. My small brother was crying, and my other mommy was crying. When my son told me that story, I went into my room, I knelt down, and I said, God, thank you. I was not the problem. The difference was another woman decided to accept the problem I rejected. Did you hear what I said? I was not the problem. The problem was the fact that another woman accepted the problem I rejected. I left my ex for domestic violence. Another woman married him and she's taking domestic violence. Remember I told you in one of my videos, some people are good with cracking bone, some are good with meat. There are some women that are strong enough to crack bone. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. Just because you want meat, you don't want bone, doesn't mean you're a bad person. No! Just because you want peace and you don't want trouble doesn't mean you're bad. There's some people that like trouble. They know how to fight trouble. There are some of us that don't like trouble. We just want peace. If we see trouble, we run. That's why some men, when a woman starts her madness, they'll pick up their khaki and walk away. They are not cowards. They don't want drama. And some men, instead of running away, they will stay there, they will beat you. That is where domestic violence, some men will walk away, some men will beat you. There are some people that like bone. There are some people that like meat. Because you like meat and somebody is cracking bone, doesn't mean you are bad. Doesn't mean you... No. We want different things. So my ex has been married for years. Does not mean he's not beating his wife. If his wife sees this video now, she'll probably be smiling. She's collecting beating, the beating I collected. But I collected beating for a period of time. I say, Oga, I go die. I go use my life. I don't want beating again. My ex has been beating me. The beating did not start in the marriage. He was beating me from 15 years to 21 years of my life when I divorced him. So he did not change. He did not change his pattern. But some women will go there and take it. I'm only trying to say, some of you who have left a toxic man or a toxic woman and you feel that the reason why they left you is because... Some men will leave you because you cannot tolerate their bullshit. When you see them with another woman, they will start looking for a woman who can tolerate their bullshit. Some women will leave you because you cannot tolerate their bullshit. They'll be looking for a man who will tolerate it. So it's dependent. Exactly. Let me go back to my story. After that situation between me and that guy that beats me for the second time, but this time he did not beat me, we fought. Because all through the period my ex-husband was beating me, I never fought him back. Never. The very first time I challenged my ex was when the marriage broke. This was the first time I was so happy that a man beats me and I fought him. And I was ready to stab that guy that day. I fought kill him. And I was ready to go to jail because I didn't want what my ex did to me to repeat again. The difference is now I'm an adult. When my ex was doing all those things he was doing to me, I was a child. But now I've grown. I'm a grown 32-year-old woman. You can't beat me up. We go fight. I don't go sit down, you go to beat me. I go carry something, we go fight. You can't beat me at my age and at my level now. My ex was beating me then because I was a small girl. But no man will beat me now. We go fight. Pata, one person go die. If you go kill me. But I go at least give you small blows. I go use my fingernails, scratch your face. So, when I left that relationship, I had to go back to the drawing board. And I told myself, blessing. I said, yes. It's time to let your ex go. Leave your ex alone. You need to succeed on your own. Then I used to tell myself, if I buy a car, the first place I want to go and drive it is let my ex see that I bought a car. I was living for my ex. I wanted to succeed for my ex. All I wanted to do was prove a point, validation. I was seeking validation from a man that had moved on. I was seeking validation from a man that has gone to live his life. I was living my life for my ex. Until I went back to the drawing board and told myself, Okoro Blessing, you are the problem. I said, ha! I said, you are damaged. You need to heal. Every man is not your ex. You just chose your ex. It is your choice. This thing your ex did to you in marriage that you're angry about, he did it to you in a relationship and you still married him. Please come back in 10 minutes. Alright? And you still did it. You still married him. He was beating you before the marriage and you divorced him because of the same reason why you married him. Beating. Nkiru, you are the problem. I said, ha! And I told myself, your choice. Stop living your life for a man. Live your life for yourself. And a man will come and love you for who you are. I used to tell a lot of women this thing. The crazy thing about relationship and marriage of these days is that we want to lose ourselves and let other people find us. When you lose yourself, what will they love? There's something I used to say. When people say, I love you, it is you that they love. See what happens. They will tell you, I love you. Then when you start to date them, you leave you. The attraction is you. So the moment you leave you, they go. You leave you, they leave you. They came for blessing CEO. The moment I'm no more blessing CEO, or I don't grow into blessing CEO, they will leave me. I am blessing CEO. Every man will want to marry me because I'm blessing CEO. If I want to keep more men, or I want to bring more men, I will grow to blessing CEOs. I will become bigger. So that even if these men leave, another man will come. When I realize this, that it is me that they are coming to love, I fucked every man. And I decided to be myself. Fuck does not mean I went to have sex. Like I left every man and decided to be myself. For 1 year and 6 months, I was alone. I was alone. I didn't want any man. Every man that wanted to date me. And the moment I said I wanted to be alone, men started coming. It was like a temptation. It's like when you say you want to be celibate, you see a lot of men want to come and meet you. Men were coming. I was not asking myself, what were all these men when I was this? Rich men, no, poor men, no, all of them, they were coming. They were thinking I was playing hard to get, no. But I was a damaged woman who was trying to survive. One man told me, blessing, why are you running from me? I want to love you. I told him I'm damaged. He said, I can help you. I told him, no, you're not a psychiatric home. You can't help me. If you are sick, you go to the hospital. A man cannot heal you. A woman cannot heal you. They will judge you. That is what is happening to Tonto. They will judge you. The moment the damage begins to show, they will judge you. They will tell you how bad you are. They will tell you you cannot stay with a man. They will remind you of your ex. Some will even tell you no wonder your ex could not stay. Can't you see what Tonto Dikeh's ex is writing? He even had to go and comment on Churchill's photo. That's what they will do to you. They will make you feel less of yourself. You're not less. All you need is healing. I went back and I healed. I didn't even give a man an opportunity to tell me, no wonder you were not with your ex. I didn't even give them that opportunity. I was on my own. After 1 year and 6 months, I healed. I healed completely. Completely, I healed. I was ready to date. I was ready to marry. I was ready. At that point, I had forgiven my ex. I'd let him go. I had to come to the acceptance that if I did not choose you, you wouldn't have messed me up. I had to come to the acceptance that I was young and I've grown and I want something else. I don't want my ex anymore. Just like Tonto said in one of her posts, if you still want your exes, it's that you've not grown. I said to myself, it's time to outgrow my ex. But guess what? When I healed, I changed my pattern. I used to love slim, dark, tall guys with beards. Fuck boys were my spec. When I see most people talking, my spec, na fuck boy. If I see fuck boy like this, I don't wait. I loved fuck boys. I used to love packaged men. Those ones that wear their shirt and rub bleaching cream, fold the hand of their shirt. Those fine boys that had nothing to offer me. I just loved their look. The only thing they were giving me was sex. Packaged men. I used to be #1 fan. Hey, fuck boys. Now Okoro blessing. Some of you don't know my story. I like fuck boys. I could spend my last card on fuck boys. But when I healed, I started to ask myself, what is a real man? Who is a real man? What does it take to say somebody is a real man? I started doing research. I started reading. I changed my pattern. I started looking deep. The man who is in my life now, I love you, baby, wherever you are. The man who is in my life right now has nothing to do with that thing I used to have. In fact, when some of my friends get to see my man right now, they'll be like, bless him. It was different. I started understanding that it's not about look, it's about depth. I had to throw away how they look and look at how they treated me. The man in my life right now is not tall, dark. He's cute, but he's not that fuckboy. If you see the man in my life, he's not my spec. He's not my ex. If you see my exes, all of them are like that. Everybody I have dated, tall, dark, that's what they did. That's my spec. And even till now, when I go out and I go to the club and I see a tall, dark guy, I'll just look and I'll shake my head. I'll say, Kai! I remember when I'll see a tall, dark guy in the club. If I know fuck you, I know the rest. If I know date you, I know the rest. So I was able to go back inside and I changed my pattern. I said, Okoro blessing. It's no longer about looks. I told myself, my ex-husband, I've forgiven you. I'm no more competing with you. In fact, all I want is peace and a man who is going to love me. I changed my pattern and my life changed. Everything that I wanted, I began to get. Yeah. Even sometimes, a little bit of my ex still reflects inside of me. Even sometimes, I still want to say, let me do this thing to prove a point. It's a subconscious thought because I'm human. I still want my ex to feel like I'm doing well. I still want my ex to feel like, but the truth about it is, my mom sat me down one day and told me, Nkiru, you are doing well. And to be very, very honest with you, I've been able to achieve a lot of things my ex did not have. So I have this excitement inside of me. Yeah, I've been able to achieve it with my ex. And I've been able to achieve a lot of things my ex said I could not achieve. Why? I healed. I went back and I healed. I had to use myself as an example so that most of you don't think I just want to clout. I'm not a clout chaser. I'm just a woman who is misunderstood. I think so. A lot of people misunderstand me a lot. Maybe because of the trending things you guys see on blogs. But no. Sometimes, if you see me talk about issue, I've been through that pain and I cannot stand it. Not because I want to clout. It's just because I can't hold the pain. Dear Tonto, no matter how you try to numb that pain, it's there. Healing is not by going to church. Because I see these days, Tonto posts a lot of things about God. All those one is drama, my love. You know it's drama. If I'm sitting beside you right now and I'm your friend, I'll tell Tonto, Dikeh, baby girl, drop Bible, make we talk. I'll tell baby, you don't pray finish. If you, let's talk. It's not that drama. We know a lot of people who are in church are still broken. Some people actually use church to hide their pain. Some people don't go to church to heal. They go to church to hide that pain, to numb that pain. That is why they go there. You see some women going to sweep church, going to clean church. Some people are numbing a pain. Some people just want to be distracted. I know of a woman that told me that she went to clean church because she was always tempted in the house. She was always masturbating. So anytime she feels like masturbating, she will run to church. Church is more of a distraction. We use it to numb pain. It doesn't heal pain. Church don't heal. Church will numb it. Church will help you hide those pain for you very, very well. When you are speaking robo, people think you are at peace. You are not at peace. So if I'm with Tonto, I'll say, baby girl, drop Bible. Let's talk. Leave Bible. We know, drop out. And the only way you can heal is to go back to the drawing board. You cannot heal with people. You will heal by yourself. You cannot heal with social media drama or comments. You will heal on your own. Because first road to healing is telling yourself the honest truth. If I'm supposed to be Tonto Dikeh's relationship therapist today, the first thing I will start from, I will not start from Tonto Dikeh, what happened between you and your ex, or what happened between you and Churchill. I'll start by asking Tonto Dikeh, let me hear about your childhood. There is something Tonto have not shared with the public. She has a root. She's coming from somewhere. Remember, Tonto Dikeh lost her mom at a young age. She didn't have a mom growing up. She grew up with a stepmom. There's a root. And she has not addressed her root. It is not the man. So healing simply means going back to your roots. That's why you need a therapist. A therapist is that person that will be a moderator to ask you questions. Because there are some questions you don't want to ask yourself. There are some questions you shy away from. There are some things you don't want to remember that happened to you. You just want to die it and be pushing blame. A therapist will tell you, bring it up for you and ask you this question. That's what Tonto needs. If I'm a relationship therapist today, I will not talk about the men. I'll talk about where are you coming from. There's a root problem. Something is happening. There is something that is draining her that she cannot talk about. It's not the men. The story we are seeing online are just the one that they are posting. There is a root problem. And that's why I said it is called healing. Healing does not need social media because nobody knows how we grew up. Nobody knows the environment we came from. Nobody knows the kind of toxicity we had suffered in the past. Only us know where we come from. Now only us know our story. So when you want to heal, you go back inside. That's why I said healing is inward. It's just like when you want to confess to God. The only way you can heal is to confess to God and tell him, God, I killed. God, I lied. God, I stole. If you don't go back inside and ask yourself questions, you will never heal. You will continue to project your fear. You'll be jumping to different men and different women looking for help. Nobody can help you. Help is you. And the easiest way to get help is by being honest to yourself. And that's why I said you need a therapy. Sometimes you can't confront your fears. You just need somebody to confront it for you. And that is what I do on the social media. When I confront your fears, you hate me. Some people hate me because I am confronting those things that they don't want to see. Those things they don't want to hear. There is their fears. It's not Okoro blessing. Okoro blessing is talking about that thing you don't want to talk about. That thing, stop it. They will hate you. That's the reason why when you want a man to change, they will leave you and go for another woman that will be taking that their bullshit. When you want a woman to change, she will leave you and go to another man that will take her bullshit. Some people don't want to confront fears. And that's the essence of a relationship therapist. That's why they say I'm controversial. Because I talk about the things that you don't want to talk about. This thing I'm talking about right now, you're talking about it in your mind. Or you're talking about it to your friend. Or you are gossiping about it to somebody. This thing I'm talking about, Tonto Dikeh, right now is what you have talked about. You have sent some of your friends the screenshot of the voice note. You have been sharing Tonto Dikeh's story. You've been gossiping. It's not new. So why are you people making it like when I talk about it, I'm clouting? No, I'm not clouting. The difference is that I'm bold. And people are wondering, how can somebody be this bold to be calling Tonto Dikeh? Tonto kwa? It's because I love her. It's because I feel her pain. I don't just love Tonto. We've shared the same pain. If I sit with Tonto right now, Tonto Dikeh is going to say, blessing Okoro, you are me and I'm you. Because we share. When I talk to Tonto Dikeh will just be doing like this. If I talk to Tonto, Tonto will cry. Because I would tell her exactly what she has been going through that I did not even know. Why? Because I've been there. I've walked in her shoes. Heal. Heal. When you heal, you become strong. When you heal, you become powerful. When you heal, you become more. Heal. When you heal, you will not understand that a man is a partner. A woman is a partner. They are not your savior. Healing makes you understand that men are not your saviors. They are just partners. Women are not your saviors. Love is not your savior. That's why this popular feeling says if you don't love yourself, nobody can love you because they are coming to love you. You need to give them something to love. The reason why we work on our character and our attitude is because when people come into our life, we want to make it easy for them to love us. Some of us are hard to love. No matter how we try to love you, it's hard. Why do you think it's easy to love a simple personality? Why do you think everybody loves white money in Big Brother house? Why do you think they love white money? White money is so easy to love. There's some personalities that are hard to love. Some white money is so easy to love. Very easy, because he's a jolly good fellow. White money, no define. You can't hold anything to white money. He's just easy to love. He's humble, he's sweet, he can cook, he can do that. Some of us are hard to love. Especially when we are strong personalities, when we have not understood character. Some people don't like me just because of the way I talk. Just because I don't sound a conservative way. Just because I don't sound like their pastors. But what I'm saying is what your pastor is saying. But your pastor is saying it in a more soft way. Me, I'm aggressive. So that's why most people don't like me. People will start to like me now if I start to carry Bible and stand in the pulpit. You will see everything will change. Let me carry Bible now and go to church and wear suits. You will see that it will change. Some of us are hard to love. Remember I told you, for me, controversy is a brand. If you come to me as Okoro Blessing in person, you must love me. You don't have a choice. I'm a loving person. This is my brand, controversy. Your pastor is the calm talking type. I'm the aggressive. I'm like Instabuski. As arrogant and as aggressive as Instabuski is, he has members. He's trending. I'm Instabuski in church. You know, you have your quiet pastor and we have Instaboski. Instaboski is the aggressive pastor. He has members. I have members. I don't want to be like your pastor. I don't want to be as calm as your pastor because it's everywhere. Every pastor is calm. They must be less aggressive. If I'm a pastor, I'll be aggressive. I'm going to be an aggressive pastor. I will be aggressive. So, I had to make this video. Not clout. You can see that I'm even sweating. I had to off all the ACs. I have 2 ACs here. I had to off all of them because I don't even want the sound. If I on the AC now, see. The sound will be coming into my audio. I had to off the AC. I'm sweating just to pass my message. If I don't love you, I won't share my story. If I don't love you, I will not be vulnerable. Every time I come and share my story, I give out my vulnerability. But that's my strength. Anybody that wants to insult me now will insult me because I am divorced, because I told them. But that story that I told saved a lot of homes, and a lot of people are using it against me. But I don't care. Every time I share my story, somebody will come and tell me, blessing again, blessing again. But if I open my DM for you, these same people who mock me publicly, beg me to talk to them privately. If I open my DM for you, you say, wow. The same people who are on my comment section and on blogs insulting me are on my DM begging me to talk. Blessing, if you just reply my message. Blessing, I can't wait for you to see my. It's them, the same of them. I give you my vulnerability. It doesn't mean I'm weak. I'm strong. Every day I come and use myself as an example. The difference between you and I is that nobody knows your story and you know my story. You're not better than me. But I'm strong enough to share it so that people can learn from it. So they don't make the same mistake I made. That's why no matter how much they attack me, blessing too, they talk too much. This girl today for everybody business. She's everywhere. I'm still talking. Not because I want a clout. I've gotten enough fame. I don't need fame again in my life. I need money. What I'm chasing now is money. I've gotten fame. So anybody that say Blessing Okoro is not famous, the person is not active. I'm famous. I don't need fame anymore. So I don't need to be dragging people or clouting to fame. I'm famous enough. I'm famous to the point that bloggers have begun to respect my craft. Instablog have begun to address me as a relationship expert. Linda AKG blog have begun to refer to me as a relationship expert. All the bloggers now call me relationship expert. You know why? Because many of them listen to what I say, but they give you a 1-minute video for you to talk. Before Linda AKG blog will post my video, they would have listened to it. Most of them are on this live video. They will now cut 1 minute for you to talk. But they have learned from it. That's why they still address me as a relationship expert. Because they know that I am doing my job. But the reason why you don't want to accept I'm a relationship expert is because you are watching 1 minute video. They want you to talk. Bloggers don't want you to learn. Bloggers want you to talk. The day you begin to understand this, you pay attention. Bloggers don't want you to learn anything, not to talk, they want. Because if you learn, you won't be on blogs. Now talk, carry you go blog. So they will always cut out that 1 minute for you to talk. Pay attention. Now money I define. No be clouds. Clouds don't have money. I want to make real money in real life. So I'm done clouting. I don't clout. I just speak my mind. Thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope this video helped. Both you as a man and you as a woman. I hope this video changed your life. Come here, beautiful. I'm talking to you. You, including you, that handsome man that is looking at me. I'm not a feminist. I love you too as a man. I don't hate men. The reason why is as if I always talk to women is because there is a projection. Women are the one who is being projected by society. That's why it looks as if all my posts is about women. It's not because I hate men. I don't hate men. I like sex. I just knock finish this morning. Tough, tough bulla like this knock me. I know hate men. If I hate men, who will call they knock me? I'm not a lesbian. I'm not bisexual. I mean, who will fuck me if I hate men? Who will knock me? Nobody. I don't hate men. It's just the projection that our society is giving to women. That is what I hate. That's why it looks as if every time I'm attacking men. So if you're a man, my wig done the shit, make a shit and back. So if you're a man or you're a woman and you're listening to me, the reason why I constantly talk every time you're seeing me on blog is because I know what happens behind closed doors. Did you hear what I said? The reason why every time you're seeing me talking on blog is because I know what happened behind closed doors. I see your pain, even though you are trying to numb it with edited pictures and photo shoots. I see it. And each time I talk about it, you are angry because you are hiding it. Blessing Okoro is talking about the things you are trying so hard to hide. But I love you. If I just want you to see it and deal with it, it's because I love you. If I don't love you, I will mind my business. The difference between our generation and the old generation was because the old generation could not mind their business. In those days in the village, you cannot shout and the whole village will not gather in your house. In fact, the way you seek for help in those days in the village was to shout, "Ewo! Ewo! Ewo!" The whole community will come. But now, shout now. If you do, "Ewo! Ewo!" everybody will close their window. That is how we got to this point. We got to this point because people now know that when you shout, nobody will hear you. That's the beauty of social media. Social media is that when you shout, all of us will come. We'll come and talk. Why do you think our president banned Twitter? It's because social media is a strong voice. Social media is a town crier for people to say this person needs help. We will come with our opinion. We might not come physically, but we will hide under our account and give it to you. That's Blessing Okoro. I don't want to mind my business because if you wanted us to mind our business, you won't bring it to social media. We can't mind our business once it's here. I can't mind my business because I love you. No matter how much you're trying to hide it, I'm just trying to say, just see this pain. When you confront this pain, it's easier for you. I'm only trying to help you confront your pain. That's why I keep saying, deal with your reflection, not the mirror. No matter how much you report my account, no matter how much you report my account, there will still be another person that will still spring up and still be saying this thing I'm saying. No matter how much you want Blessing to shut up, the day I shut up, that is the day you begin to beg me to talk. I will still shut up. You see the social media? I'm not going to be here forever. A time is coming when I will not say a word. You will see it now. A time is coming when you will pay for everything I have to say. For every time I talk, you will pay. Maybe then, you will begin to value it. For me to even drop my opinion, they will invite me and pay me to drop my opinion. That is where I'm going to. So a time is coming when you might not even have access to all this opinion. You'll be paying to hear what Blessing have to say. That is where I'm headed to. Don't take it for granted. Okay. I love you. And it's time for you to go back and heal. When you heal, love will find you. You will not look for love because it is you that they are looking for. It is you that they are coming to love. So go and heal. Heal and become a better person. Both to the love you are looking for, to your unborn children, to your in-laws, to your generation. Heal so that you're going to be a good person. It is lack of healing that makes a lot of you wicked. You don't have conscience. If you don't heal, you're going to hurt those that you truly love. I love you guys.